President Trump delivered a full-throated condemnation of President Biden's approach to immigration during his first post-presidency trip to the United States-Mexico border. Speaking with Texas officials and law enforcement officers, President Trump said he left the border as secure as it has ever been after delivering on his promise to build new sections of the border wall and enact tough immigration policies. Unfortunately, President Trump said, Biden has ruined it all. President Trump said, "The real question is, do they really want open borders or are they incompetent? You are either incompetent or for some reason you have a screw loose and you want to have open borders." President Trump said drug and human trafficking on the border were down on his watch, but things have unraveled since Joe Biden took office with Democrats calling the shots in both chambers of Congress. President Trump said, "We had all these great policies going and they were all ended. It was almost like they were ended because I did it." President Biden has halted border wall construction. He rescinded the "Remain in Mexico" policy that forced migrants to wait in Mexico for asylum hearings and ended agreements with Central American countries to stem the flow of migrants crossing their territory en route to the United States. The moves have coincided with a surge of migrants at the southern border, putting the Biden administration on the defensive and creating big problems for border states. The issue is arguably the biggest challenge facing the Biden administration, and there are signs it is becoming a political vulnerability. Republicans have seized on the issue, using it as a political cudgel to attack Democrats ahead of the 2022 midterm elections. The irony is that Joe Biden won the White House after running against the Trump-created humanitarian crisis at our border, and vowing to stop the construction of President Trump's border wall. President Trump said Wednesday the current situation could have been avoided if Joe Biden and his backers went to the beach instead of rolling back his policies. President Trump said, "If they went to the beach and did nothing, it would have been fine." Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, and Representative Jim Banks of Indiana, chairman of the Republican Study Committee, were among the elected leaders who joined President Trump Wednesday. Mr. Abbott said at the briefing, "One of the things he did better than anything else, and better than any other president, he stepped up and secured our border and kept Texans and Americans safe. Mr. President, things have changed so quickly and so dramatically under the Biden administration. It has been amazing and disastrous." Governor Abbott said the Biden administration has made a mess of the situation, and said the state is doing all it can to combat the drug smuggling, violence and overall mayhem along the border. Mr. Abbott said, "We are doing all that we can for one reason, and that is because of the way the people along the border are having their lives turned upside down. It is a far more dangerous situation than it has ever been." President Trump and Governor Abbott were scheduled to participate in a town hall-style event moderated by Fox News' Sean Hannity later in the day. On Wednesday, President Trump also criticized Mr. Biden's immigration policies. President Trump wrote, "When I was president, I delivered on my promise to build a border wall to protect our country. All Joe Biden had to do was paint it. Instead, Biden has enacted the most radical open borders agenda imaginable. This is perhaps the first time in world history a nation has purposely and systematically dismantled its own defenses to invite millions of foreign migrants to enter its territory and break its laws."